Okay, so let's get started. So I guess for writing the code, I guess we will be needing the factorial, right? Because if we have the formula NCR, so the formula for NCR is n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial, right? So we will be needing factorial. So factorial is nothing but factorial will be fact if I want to find the factor of n, then factorial will be n minus 1 multiplied by n, right? Let's say if I have 5, so I need to find the factorial of 5, so I need to write 5 cross 4 cross 3 cross 2 cross 1, so this way I need to find the factorial, right? So I'm defining a mode value here, so this is of type int and I'm writing here 1e9 plus 7, and it means 1e9 plus 7 means 10 raised to power 9 plus 7. So also I'm defining int as long here. Okay, so now let's write let's write the function. Let's say int factor. So let's say a variable n will be passed whose factorial we need to find. So we will initialize our f with 1 and we will run a for loop for int I equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. So fact uh, multiply equal to I, right? uh, and also one more thing we can do is fact multiplied by I, and then we can find the mode of these values, right? So we can find the mode here as well. So I can say mode, right? So you can apply the multiplication formula for mode here. Okay, so I'm just writing mode here, then I can simply return my f, right? So f will be my factorial. So this is like one method of finding the factorial, right? So like this as well we can find factorial. Well, there is a slight modification as well possible here. So what we can do is, if you notice here, so while finding the factorial of 5, so we have the factorial of 4 as well. Let's say factorial of 9 is 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 5 4 3 2 1, right? So in our factorial of 10 we have the factorial of 9 as well, we have the factorial of 8 as well, we have the factorial of 7 as well, 6 5 4 3 2 1, right? So instead what we can do is we can pre-compute the factorial as well, right? We can pre-compute the factorial as well, and we can save in an array, right? In an array we can at each and every step we can save the values in an array. So every time taking the factorial will be just a big O one time consuming, right? So it will be a constant time, it will take constant time if we keep storing the values of these factorials at each and every step, right? So let's say I define a array here 5. Okay, so let's say 5. Now again I can define, let's say void pre-compute fact fact. Let's say I can say it will be a function, so we will won't be needing any variable, and I'll say for int I equal to 0, I less than let's say 1 2 3 4 5, right? I plus plus. So what I'll do is I need to start it with 1. So I will keep storing the values, right? As simple as that. Let's simply do one thing, set a fact of 0 as 1, and at each and every step uh, fact of I will be equal to fact of I minus 1 multiplied by I, right? So it will do the pre-computation for us, right? And then taking the values from this fact array will be just a big O one operation, right? So that is also one of the method of finding the factorial. So what next we can do, let's now come to the NCR formula, right? So let's first write the brute force approach. Let's for NCR as well, let's first write the brute force. So I'll simply write brute force first. So let's say I'll say int ncr. So here we will be given n, we will be given r, and we need to find the NCR value. So we have two things here, basically numerator and the denominator, right? So you, as you know, the formula for NCR is this n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. So my denominator, sorry, I'm sorry, yeah, nominator, right? So we need a nominator and a denominator. So let's save the nominator directly in ANS, right? So what is the nominator? So let's say fact of, let's say, n, right? So we are just taking the value directly from this array, right? So I can say fact of n. Then let's talk about the denominator. So for denominator, what we need is factorial of r. So we'll be needing factorial of r, and what we will be needing, we will be needing factorial of n minus r, right? So we will be needing the factorial of n minus r, and we need to take the mod of this value, because there is a possibility that this whole value, the factorial r multiplied by factorial n minus for r, will be really huge. So we need to take the mode, right? But now what will be the ANS here, right? So as you all remember, that ANS will be this numerator divided by denominator, right? So just wait a second. Okay, so now we have the Android tools, right? So what is happening here is here in NCR it will be n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial, right? So this is my nominator, this is my denominator. So here we need to apply the a by b mode formula, right? So what I need to write here is a multiplied by b mode minus 2, right? And we need to take the mode of this thing. So according to this formula, now we will be writing our answer. So while writing our answer, let's write the answer here. So just wait a second. Okay. Let's write for the ANS. ANS, we simply need to write ANS multiplied by. So there will be a power function. We will be writing this power function separately in a separate lecture. So what we'll do is, let's say we have a denominator. So we need to find the power of this denominator raised to the power mod minus 2. Why mod minus 2? We already discussed in previous class, right? And we will also pass the mode value. We will be needing that mode value. And then we will take the overall mode, right? We will take the overall mode. So that's how our answer will look like, okay? And in the end, we can simply return ANS. So that is how our NCR function will work, right? So you may what kind of a questions you may see related to this permutations and combination is simply that it may ask, let's say you have t test cases, you will be, for every test case you will be given n and r, and you need to print NCR. Or you may find like kind of cases like let's say you are given that there is a grid, and let's say here this is m cross n grid, right? So we have m rows, so this is first second up to m rows, this is my first second third up to n rows, right? Oh sorry, n columns. And we have a player here, we have a player here, and we have a target here, right? We have a target here, and it may ask in how many possible ways, in how many possible ways this player can reach this target, right? So let's solve this problem. How we can solve this? So as simple as that, first of all, let's calculate how many steps a player gonna need for sure, right? Let's say one more condition is given, that player either can move right or down, right? So either player can move right or down. So let me show you a possible path. So this is one of my possible paths. So what I can do here is, one thing is for sure, that horizontally for sure, it need the player need to move n minus 1 times. Similarly, it to reach the target, it's gonna need to move m minus 1 times vertically, right? So this is for sure. So the total number of steps will be this, right? That is m plus m minus 2. This is the total number of steps, right? Now what you can do is, this problem is similar to something like this, that you have total number of steps as n plus m minus 2, out of which you need to select how many downs are there or how many rights are there. Okay, so if you want to find how many rights are there, then you will say c n minus 2 here, because already we have n minus 1. So n minus 1 down steps, so it will be n minus 2 according to the. So we can apply this thing in the formula, right? We can apply this thing in that particular formula, like n plus r minus that formula. So here we can see, or either the or you can find like how many ways you can move to down. So m minus 2, right? N plus m minus 2 c m minus 2, right? So this way, this thing you can do. Another kind of problem you may encounter is, let's say we have some k spatial cells, right? Some and in every kth shell there is some power, right? There is some power. So let's say, let's assume for once that we have only one spatial cell, and it's having a power of 5. So now what you need to find is like all the possible ways through 5. So you need to print and let me even show you the question as well, so it will be more clear. Okay, so here is the question, this k spatial cells. So you will be given this n cross m. So you will be given this n cross m. So matrix which has k spatial cells in it, and we have to reach n comma m from 1 comma 2, and from any cell you can only move right or down, the same condition. And the kth spatial cells are those cells in this grid which have spatial strength at them. Ith spatial cell has pi units of strength, and if you travel through this cell you store the strength. Okay, so we need to find the total strength you can store after traveling through all possible paths. Okay, it's saying all possible paths in the grid to reach a cell n comma m, right? So the question is simple, like it's saying you are here, the player is here, the target is here. Player will go to target through all, it will it will use all the possible paths. Okay, so let's say we have how many possible paths are there, we just calculate it, right? So the possible paths are n plus m minus 2 c n minus 2, right? So here in the possible paths, now it's asking, there is a possibility that we have some spatial cells somewhere, right, at some places. So we need to calculate the total strength after reach player will be having after going through all the possible paths, right? So basically what we need to do is, we need to find how many times player crosses this particular k cell, similarly this particular k cell, similarly this particular k cell, similarly this particular k cell, right? So let us assume, let's say we have only one this kth shell. So what we can do is, we can find in how many ways player can reach from this place to this place, and let's say the number of ways comes out to be c1, right? So then we can find from this kth shell to the final target how many uh, combinations are possible, right? So let's say it comes out to be c2. Now the total number of ways in via which the player can go from p to t via 5 will be c1 cross c2, right? It will be c1 cross c2. So it will be c1 cross c2, right? So this way you will be able to calculate the power. So for each and every kth cell we will do this, we will find this path c1, then we will find the c2, then we will multiply c1 and c2. Okay, so this way we'll be able to find all the possible combinations via a particular kth shell. And here in this case as well, one more thing, like we can apply the one wala case, right? So that case with n minus 1 c r minus 1, right? So it we can directly take it as n minus 1. Okay, so it will work n plus m minus 2 c n minus 1, right? So that will be the total possible paths from player to target. So it's simple, like we have total n plus n minus 2 steps, and out of which we need to select any n minus 1, right? So if we select n minus 1, by default m minus 1 will be left, right? So it's similar to saying something like let's say you have let's say total 5, let's say m is 3, n is 2, so you have 5 places, right? So there is a possibility it goes right, 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 then down, down, right? This is one possibility. So similarly we will be having multiple possibilities, right? So what we are saying is we have 5 places and we need to select how we can place these two d's on these 5 places, right? So the problem comes down to something like that. So yeah. Okay then. So we'll see you in the next class. Okay.